Honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah HaKodash. Yahweh Shemel Shai is the name of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son, who the world will ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists, and Yahweh Shai meaning He, deliverer. Bahashem just means in the name. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us this truth, and they continue to teach us. And shalom to our brothers doing this mighty and powerful work. So, there's a lot going on in the news. There's a lot going on prophecy-wise. So, the UN Assembly approves resolution granting Palestine new rights and reviving its UN membership bid. So what does this mean? This means that Palestine is part of the United Nations now, and they could gather at the assembly and vote. And it also means that they're under the protection or aid of the UN. All right. Now, the UN is military. Military disguised as aid that they send into certain countries. And the UN, they're known for killing, raping, robbing, and murdering. All right? Under the cover of aid. So, really, what has happened is America's allies and partners have prevailed against America. All right. Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy. So all the countries and nations that you have made a treaty in partnership with have brought thee even to the border. So they have brought you to their countries. You know, you sat with their leaders. They showed you the best of their land and treated you well within their country. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. And a good example is China, Saudi Arabia. You know, all these nations that are now enemies, financial enemies, superpower enemies. These nations were once allies that you used to make money together with. All right? Now, they have turned against you. And now, these nations have grafted in Palestine. And there is bonuses that comes with being a member. All right, now look at it here. This is the voting. You had 143 in favor for Palestine, the Palestinian membership, bid. And you had against 9. And guess who was really against this decision? America and Israel and a few other countries. All right, like Argentina, Czechia, Hungary, Nauru, Palau, whatever that country is. All right. It says 193 members world body approved the Arab and Palestinian sponsored resolution by a vote of 143 and 9. All right. So now that they're a part of the membership, if America and Israel go according to their plans, nations are allowed to sanction Israel and America. That means hurt their economy. All right. And not only that, they could be held accountable. All right. But guess what? Amalek, these Jews, JEWs, they don't give a damn. All right. They're trying to go to war with Iran. But it says, Obadiah 1 and 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to thy border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. And this is a wound to America's plans. You know, they have been deceived because their allies are now turning against them. You know, nations that they thought they were in good standing with, they're turning against America. All right. So let's read more of this article. Let's see some of the benefit. Yeah, the wide global support for full membership of Palestine. So the Palestinian people could say in this meeting that they are committing genocide, which then the UN could act on their part and send in the United Nations, which is military. All right. So this is going to be a wound to Esau. This is going to be a wound to America, because not only do they have to watch out for sanctions, which is going to hurt the economy and hurt trades and so forth, it's also going to cause division. All right. It's going to make these nations hate America. All right. And this is part of it. Because America and Israel are going to still proceed with their plans to invade Palestine or Gaza. All right. So, with many countries expressing outrage of the escalating death toll in Gaza and fears of major Israeli offensive in Rafah, a city of 1.3 million people, have sought refuge. But while it gives Palestine some new rights and privileges, these privileges and rights are going to be a problem. Like I said, if you don't abide by the United Nations laws and rules, right? You are subjected to sanctions and much more. It says it reaffirmed that it will remain a non-member observer state without the right to vote in the General Assembly. Now, this General Assembly is in America. That's crazy. It's in America, where they all meet up to talk about the world problems and so forth. All right. This is almost like the international version of the Republican Party and the Democrat Party when they meet up and they vote. But this is on an international level. And the United States has made it clear that it will block Palestinian membership and statehood. See, this is a wound. This is the problem. This is going to hurt America's plans. Right? Because America is fueling this war. They're the ones sending the weapons for Israelis to use. And it says until direct negotiation with Israel resolve key issues, including security, boundaries, and the future of Jerusalem. So this is something very huge. This is huge. All right. Soon America is going to have no allies. And like the scripture says, they shall hate the whore. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and lie not. Yeah, the vision of World War III. All right, it will speak. It will happen. When the draft comes and people are shipped to the Saudi Arabian desert, that's when it's going to speak. All right. Though it tarry, wait for it. Yeah, though it seem like World War III is lingering, we got to wait for it. All right. Because other visions have to come to pass, like the Charagma. All right. Esau trying to set up a technocracy society. All right. Like brother told me today, a bizarro world. Fucking AI robots and crazy ass shit that Esau's trying to do. Because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Yeah, it will happen. It will definitely happen. Why you think Russia is making so many threats? Why you think so many people are testing nuclear missiles? Why you think people are nations are spending so much money into their military? All right, though it seemed like it's taking a little time, it will come, man. And when it comes, it's going to happen fast. All right. A lot of prophecies are going to unveil themselves. Now, I wanted to bring Proverbs 21:1 out because at the end of the day, nothing is going to stop leaders like how you say this dude's name? Netanyahu. Nothing's going to stop him from his pursuit of war with Iran. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whatsoever he will. Yeah, so according to the Most High's will, and he's turning these kings' heart to war. Right? Because he controls their minds. He's in charge. So, though they have this treaty to try to contain the king or the leaders, no, the Lord put in Putin's mind to gear up for war for America and to destroy America. And the same thing for the leaders of Iran, and the same thing for the leader of North Korea, and the same thing for the leaders of China, and the same thing for the leader of hold on, Iran. I think I might have said that. Yeah. So the Lord is in control, man. Because at the end of the day, the JEWs, they're still gonna move forward with their invasion. Jeremiah 49:20. But it's the Lord's will. He wants them to keep going because the Lord wants to get America into the war. Because World War III is going to be a snare unto America. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord. This is his plans. That's what a counsel is, a plan that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So the least of the flock, Israel, the smallest nation in the Middle East, is going to draw out Salakia, the smallest nation amongst Edom, is going to draw out America for World War III. All right? You see it everywhere. The Israeli army goes, America assist. Jeremiah 50:45, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Babylon. So all of this is to get America perfectly in place, perfect place to get this perfect place, perfect time, like they say. All right? On World War III is going to be it. And his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So Israel is going to cause nuclear destruction to their home and America. All right. Jeremiah chapter 50 and 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. A part of the snare is America. Getting caught up in World War III. World War III is going to be part of that snare to bring about the nuclear destruction. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Yeah, you're found fighting against your Creator, you damn fool. So the Most High Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, his son, has snared you to your destruction. All right, and World War III is a part of that snare that you're going to walk into. And you're going to get caught in that nuclear destruction, man. All right? So the Lord has set up America. And now, right now, before the destruction, the Lord has your allies deceiving you, going against you, leaving a wound in you. Let me read the rest of it, and, that commences my lesson. It says the final draft dropped the language that will put Palestine on equal footing with member states. The resolution approved by the Assembly also added a provision in the annex clarifying that it does not give Palestine the right to vote in the General Assembly. But them being a membership is a big deal. All right? And now that they have become engrafted in, now they could scream for genocide. All right? This is going to be part of it. The nations hating the whore. Because America and Israel is going to proceed. All right? There is no ceasefire. Yeah, the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, Karim Khan, says he is seeking arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Yup, because he's committed genocide. Now, if he does not comply, guess what? Nations are going to sanction shipping businesses, which is going to hurt the economy. All right? And all the members of NATO have to sanction the countries that are opposing the rules. And there's more to it, man. You know, this is all a lot of prophecies shown forth, because this is also division. All right. And the Lord said, if a kingdom be divided against itself, it shall not stand. That's how you know this kingdom is over. All right. And this also shows the feet, partly iron, partly clay. You know, clay and iron don't mix. I mean, it's weak. So yeah, Lowland is edifying and to the point. World War III is at the doorstep, and these nations gonna hate the whore and destroy her. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Shalom.